Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Crypto News. So this is a query that I have gotten quite a lot. It's how do you use the exchange on LUNO, as well as how can I buy Bitcoin cheaper? Okay, so the exchange on LUNO basically is a way for you to list your orders for Bitcoin. So if you want to buy Bitcoin or if you want to sell Bitcoin, this is what the exchange is for. And this is also how you can actually buy Bitcoin for free, which basically means that you do not pay a transaction fees. All right, so how does this work? Okay, so let's look at the trading fees for LUNO. All right, so Bitcoin, Malaysian ringgit, but there's a couple of other markets as well. This is a maker fee and a taker fee. Okay, if let's say, for example, you are a maker, that means that you give volume to the exchange. How LUNO makes money is that it doesn't actually buy or sell any Bitcoin. What it does is provide a platform for people to buy and sell Bitcoin. So all of these orders that you see here, none of them are actually from LUNO. Well, maybe they might be listing some, but we don't know which one of these are the ones that they are listing. But in general, vast majority of this, all of these orders are actually listed by users. So people come here and they list, I want to sell Bitcoin at this price, and they also list, I want to buy Bitcoin at this price. So when you list an item, when you put the advert up, so to speak, you are a maker because you are giving volume to the exchange. So when you give volume to the exchange, when you give Bitcoin, when you give money to the exchange, and you provide a service sort of to other people who want to come and buy and sell Bitcoin instantly, you are helping LUNO add volume. So because of that, you do not pay any transaction fees. So the people that pay transaction fees are basically takers. So these are the ones that come to the exchange and immediately choose to buy or immediately choose to sell. That is what a taker is. A maker is someone who lists. A taker is someone who immediately comes and buys and sells. How does LUNO make money? Well, they only make transaction fees from the taker. This is not that uncommon. A lot of exchanges kind of charge this way, or at least a lower maker fee than the taker fee. Usually the taker fee is going to be higher. If you bought between 0 Bitcoin and 10 Bitcoin, you will be paying LUNO 1%. So whatever 1% of whatever it is that you paid, that is the taker fee. If over the duration of 30 days, you have actually purchased more than 10 Bitcoin but less than 100 Bitcoin, that means you'll be paying 0.75%. And if you have bought more than 100 Bitcoin over the last 30 days, you'll be paying 0.5%. I found this is a little difficult now, especially since there are limits as to how much you can actually transfer into your account. For Malaysia, for example, if you are level 3, you can only deposit 300,000 ringgit per month. So it's somewhere between 15 and 20 Bitcoin that you can get for your limit. So this is how you buy or sell Bitcoin for free. Okay, you list your Bitcoin or your order. So how does all of this work? Okay, so this is the price per Bitcoin at the moment, right? 18,481 ringgit. And you can actually look at other markets if you like. These are some of the other markets here. And these are the most recent trades that have happened. This is the graph showing you how much volume and showing you where the price actually ended. So these are typical candlesticks. And you can see the charts over the last year, over the last 2 years. This is the line version of this. This is showing depth. So what this actually means is that these are all the sell orders and these are all the buy orders. So let's say, for example, we take all the buy orders up to 18,000. So up to 18,000, there's the equivalent of 47.873 Bitcoin in buy orders. And if you look at the sell orders, it means, let's say we take it somewhere here, up to 19,096, there's 66.54 Bitcoin in sell orders. So these are all the guys who want to sell. Obviously, they want to sell more expensive, and the people they want to buy cheaper. So for LUNO, the minimum spread is 1 ringgit. So they don't have 50 cents or anything less than 1 ringgit. We have a look at the recent trades here. That means that recently somebody bought this much Bitcoin, 0.054. They bought it at this time, and this is the price that they paid per Bitcoin. This is not the price that they paid in total. So how much did they pay in total? You actually need to take this and times this. That's how much you will get. Red basically means somebody recently sold their Bitcoin and they are pushing the graph downwards. So as more and more sellers come in, they will push this graph downwards. It means that more and more people are selling Bitcoin. Now the green basically means more and more people are buying Bitcoin and they are pushing the graph upwards. So if I were to join, let's say 18,481, if I were to sell at this price, if I were to put in an amount, it will add on to this. For example, somebody has already queued 4.16 Bitcoin here to be sold at 18,481. You go in and you sell another 1 Bitcoin. So this will increase to 5.161 Bitcoin now, but you will be at the back of the queue. That means that this 4.16 Bitcoin will sell first, and then only your Bitcoin will be sold. So it's always first in, first to be sold. Last in, last to be sold. Let's say, for example, somebody buys up this 2820 and it disappears. You can then sell your Bitcoin and undercut everyone here. So it's always the cheaper Bitcoin that will be sold first. Okay, so how would you list it? Let's say you want to buy Bitcoin. Okay, so what you do is you'll click on this and this will automatically fill up here. How much Bitcoin do you want to buy? Let's say you want to buy 1 Bitcoin. Okay, so you need to have this much money in your available balance. It means that you need to transfer money into your account. This is the amount of money that you need to have in your available balance. Then you will be able to place this order. You can then click on the place buy order button and it will place you here. Let's say, for example, you think that this is too high a price and you want to buy it lower. So you want to buy Bitcoin when it gets to a certain price. All right, so let's say, for example, you want to buy Bitcoin when it gets to 18,000, somewhere around here. So you can totally do that. You can see here there are a lot of people who are looking to buy Bitcoin at 18,000, 20 Bitcoin waiting right here. So that might not be a good idea to buy at 18,000 because you're going to be way behind the queue. So maybe you want to buy at 18,002 so that at least you, the queue will get to you first before it actually goes to this. So selling Bitcoin will be the opposite. The cheapest Bitcoin will always be sold first, and the most expensive buyer of Bitcoin will buy the Bitcoin first. So this is the most expensive buyer. He's buying Bitcoin at the highest price, and this guy is selling Bitcoin at the lowest price. So let's say you want to sell Bitcoin, click on sell, okay? So if you click on sell 1 Bitcoin, and this is how much, this is the rate you want to sell it at. So always make sure that your numbers are correct. Because if you click on 18480, let's say you click on this, and you sell 1 Bitcoin, what will happen is that the order will immediately get executed. This will reduce by 1 Bitcoin, and you will get charged a transaction fee. So this is an estimate of how much the transaction fees will actually cost me. So I don't want to pay any transaction fees. So I'm going to sell it. I want to try to sell my Bitcoin, if I have 1 Bitcoin, at the cheapest price available right now. So this will be 18,481. I click place sell order. It will then list my Bitcoin here. After all this market guys have bought 1.677 Bitcoin, they will then buy my 1 Bitcoin and they will then move up the charts. So just like the you can buy Bitcoin at a certain price, you can also sell Bitcoin at a certain price if you think that that price is fair. So let's say, for example, you want to sell it at 19,000. So you can list it 19,000, list it here, and once all of these orders get executed, you will then get to your Bitcoin. So this is how the exchange for LUNO works. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, please leave a comment in the comment section. Like the video if you haven't liked it. Please feel free to share it. And until next time, this has been Crypto News. Ciao.